Welcome to the night where the paranormal unite. A party like never before under the moon's airy light. The vibe is dark, the air is cold, spirits taking flight. Get haunted and ghost and magazine leading the fright. Ghosts and ghouls dancing hand in hand. Lost souls roaming the haunted land. On the battleship New Jersey we gather with glee. Horror and paranormal, a sight to see.
Welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back. You can go and do the intro if you want, Bill.
No, go ahead. You always do it. I don't want to take that away from you.
That's the only thing I got, so thank you. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Empty Cat. Shit.
Empty Casket? Did I just hear that?
He did. So this is my podcast now.
This is. Congratulations, Bill.
Thank you.
I mean, he does have the hat on. Anyway. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Haunted Casket, episode 6. I am Trevor from Haunted Faith, and we also have Bill from Empty Casket, apparently the main owner now. And we also have the one, the only Divination with Dani Marie.
Hello, everybody. How are you guys?
We also have the beautiful side pieces, Talik Motorsports Media. Stacy, how's it going?
So I just want to say, Stacy, you're crazy for putting first a half hour ago.
Yeah, we literally
made my night. Made my night seeing that.
We were backstage talking about shit and like trying to link up all the Instagrams and shit. And then I was getting a shirt from the other room, and in my ear, I just hear Bill go, "Why is Stacy a half an hour early?"
Because he's awesome.
But he is. Yes, he is the Mayombe priest, right?
Pala Mayombe? Is that Did I say it right?
Yeah, I was hoping I said it right. He's a priest of some sort. He's a good priest.
To attempt.
I
think that's right.
Very knowledgeable individual.
Yes.
He's also our spiritual advisor.
Yes. And also check out, I don't have this on hand, nor do I have it, but udemy.com/Stacy. I would assume that's somewhere close to the link. Anyway, up next we have Sandra Lynn Pickle, the pickle herself. How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Up next, the Scottish Brethren. Damien, the Reaper himself. If he's the Reaper,
I can't get away from Damien. Every podcast I jump on, there he is.
Oh, he's phenomenal. Like literally.
Oh, I love Damien.
Oh, Damien, and the best questions. Holy cow.
Yes. Yes.
Seriously.
For sure.
Yeah.
Damien is everywhere because I pop into all the podcasts to make sure that everyone's up and saying hi and stuff. And Damien's always in there. I'm like, Damien's the GOAT. Well, technically he's a Reaper, but he's the GOAT. Like, if he really is the Reaper, kill me now. Because Damien, what's up, bro? Sorry. Anyway, Stacy, how's it going? I'm sorry. That name catches my tongue. Stacy Dickerson, how's it going? It's hard to say your middle name. I'm so sorry. Stephen Metz, how's it going? Digging deeper, paranormal. The Stephen himself, the one and only, I assume. How's it going, brother? Paranormal Theory, how's it going? You will be seeing them on the podcast September 18th.
Hey guys.
So how's it going? I'm not sure who's commenting from the channel, but either way, hello.
You guys have fun with that one. I'm gonna have to miss that one. I'm going to see Sisters of Mercy that night.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
We're gonna miss you though.
Yeah.
hell. I almost missed the last podcast if it wasn't a week beforehand, because that next weekend I had to, not weekend, but we had to go see Crown the Empire. But that's a whole other topic. We can do a Saturday night later if I remember that in 5 minutes. Up next we have Mac Daddy. What did you click on the comment at the same time?
Hey Chris.
Let's see who else we got here. At the end,
I
was about to click on. Bill, I'm the producer. You promote shit, right? I'm giving shit.
Hey, it's my podcast, remember?
Fair enough. And David Hope. How's it going, David Hope? How's it going? On this podcast, we are going to be talking to Dani. She is going to go through a very extensive interview that I have nothing planned for it. We're just going to hope for the best. And
very extensive then, huh?
So it is a very vague question, but it is how we start most conversations, get everyone included. How did you get not only into the paranormal, but I don't think I said a word there. That was just a mumble. How did you get into the paranormal? And more specifically, does that link in to does you getting into divination specifically link into your first experience?
Oh, that is like that's an intense question, man. Wow. Okay. Well, honestly, I feel like I can't really pinpoint when I first got into the paranormal because I kind of grew up around it, right?
Okay.
Had a lot of experiences growing up between my parents' house and my grandmother's house. They were both very active paranormally and like really kicked into high gear, especially when my brother and I were like growing up, like coming into like preteen teens. That's when it got really crazy, right? Which kind of makes sense, right? Emotions, energy, like hormones, whatever. Mm-hmm. Like all that kind of like feeds into it, right? Like I swear it does. It has to. You can't tell me it doesn't. But I would see things. I never really thought it was weird until I started going to school and like people didn't talk about certain things, and it was weird if you talked about seeing like a shadow or something moving on its own. And so yes, I feel like I grew up with it, and my grandparents were very open with all that stuff. My grandmother would play Ouija board with me all the time, and that just kind of it didn't feel taboo to want to go into divination from there. So I definitely felt it was very like the woo and the mystic, and people like spread out the cards, right? But I didn't actually get my first deck. My godmother actually gave me my first deck when I was like 14, 15, somewhere in that range. Honestly, I think I was telling Bill earlier, don't remember the exact year anymore. It's been forever, but I was like early to mid-teens. Loved it. I was so excited to get my first deck, right? But then I'm like, oh my God, there are 78 cards and all of them have these really massive meanings. So I was super intimidated, right?
Super intimidating.
Super intimidating. It really is, until you realize like you don't need to memorize anything. You really can you have to like let yourself feel what's going on. I don't know how else to explain that. Like letting your intuition read the cards, like looking at the symbolism. What does that personally mean to you? Mm-hmm. I mean, I always hear a lot of people say, when you get your deck, you should throw out the definition book, which, I mean, when you're first learning, I think keep it because it's a nice little tool to go back to when you're really stuck and you just need that lift up, But
and until you kind of really get into it, it's hard to have that intuition, especially if it's like some of the decks, the artwork doesn't really necessarily line up with the meaning.
No, nope, not at all. I have a few decks where they're gorgeous, right? Beautiful artwork, but then if I get stuck, I literally go back to the Rider-Waite-Smith deck and look at that picture to like get my reading from it, because that's the deck I'm comfortable with. But
the first ever time I had an experience with a tarot deck, like full on experience, was with a past friend, and we were doing a pull like 3 to 5 cards, see how you're feeling, see if you can get results or answers about what's going on in life. And I was told that that the card's meaning is a pretty spot on result of what you're going through. I'm like, okay, so like there's no ifs, ands, buts about it. If we pull a 5 of swords, what happens is what a 5 of swords says. And I was told yes. I'm like, okay, cool. Not knowing anything about it. I'm like, all right, cool. We pull a card, and I read off the handbook of what it says that card is, and I was like, that does not match me at all. So we pulled another one, and then another one, and then another one, and then I'm like, either I'm being lied to here, or these do not work at all. But now,
you pull your own meaning out of it. Then,
yeah,
so, yeah.
And then I joined the first ever stream months ago with the Awakening, and you were pulling a card for someone. It wasn't me, and you were explaining. I forget what card it was, but like the point was you were explaining is like you pull out a card, said this meaning has this, but then you went down the rabbit hole of like 10 other ways it could mean. I'm like, wait. Okay, now it makes sense.
Yeah, there's somewhere like it could be like the 3 of Cups for like that's the first thing that popped into my head. It could be a celebration, it could be a reason to celebrate, or it could mean someone's meddling in your business. Like 3 is company, so watch your back. Kind of like it just depends on like what's around the cards, what the question was, what the situation is that you're going through.
Yeah, sometimes it's not necessarily a single card by itself, but you want to bring like a couple cards together and get like a joint meaning out of it.
Yes. That's what I definitely do with my daily reading. So I started off just doing one card, right? I do like every morning, well, almost every morning, I'll pull a card, right? And I did that really just like it's a really easy way to like get yourself familiar with how you read your own cards, right? But the more I was delving into it, the more I realized like to get a better reading, I can't just do one card. If I really want to know what's going to go on for the day, I'll pull like 2 or 3, or like I'll pull one, ask for a clarifier. And if it seems like it's kind of going to be a sketchy thing, I'll ask for advice. And then that third card will be my advice card. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I started doing with Norse runes. I would pull a rune every day. That's how I kind of got into the whole divination thing, was with the runes, and pulling a rune every day helped me get through some really rough times.
Did it? Yeah.
Yeah. But I would use, like you were saying, it's kind of intuition, whether I'm just pulling one or multiple, or usually it was one. And if it didn't quite line up the way I thought it should, or it just didn't feel right, I'd pull another one. And then from there, I kind of went to the Oracle decks and collecting the tarot cards, but using the Oracle decks. And I'm just now starting to learn the tarot decks.
Yeah.
In particular, the Waiter Smith deck, Rider-Waite Smith.
Yeah. It's the best. Well, because of it was built for divination. Like there were even certain. So even to make it more, I'm going to butcher this because I don't have my notes in front of me, but to make it more like astrological, they moved certain symbols around from like, so because at one point it was like an Italian card game, right? So they took an Italian card game and they
it originally started in Turkey.
Oh, okay.
And it was just a card game. And then when it got to Italy, that's when they added the major arcana and started changing the artwork up to be and to line up a little bit closer to what we have today.
Right.
So I literally just listened to a podcast on it, so it's all fresh in my head.
Aw.
Have you been tracking your spiritual growth over the last few years? If so, what have you learned?
So I have learned that you really need to just be willing to jump off and like just take everything as it comes. So I've learned that by working with the cards, it is very much like it's a dance with yourself. It's a conversation with yourself and building up your intuition. And that leads to being able to connect to things. But I have better success at connecting with things now, even on investigations, since I've been doing the daily card reading, since I've been trying to like push myself outside of that comfort zone. Like just like kind of like a muscle. Like when you if you don't use it, it's not going to be as strong, right? So yeah.
I know it's random, but I think it's a form of divination. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it doesn't have anything to do with tarot, but it has to do with literally the earth. So years ago, I need to get another one, but years ago, I used to have this little mini fountain that was about half a foot deep, right?
Yeah.
And it was a pretty powerful one. It had the ripples and everything. And what I would do is I would go outside, collect pebbles, like small pebbles. And if I ever felt like overstimulated, anxious, nervous, anything that would just keep me from being who I was, I would take a little pebble and then I would drop it from a couple of feet up. And depending on how the ripples hit it, it would either sink immediately or sink slowly. And I would sit there and look at the water, hold the pebble, and just breathe in and out, and then keep dropping them until one sank slowly. If it sank fast, I would do another one. If it sank fast, I would do another one. Then eventually, if it sank slow, I would take one more big, deep breath, then I would finish. Is that divination?
I feel
Kinda,
like
yeah.
yeah, that you're tapping into yourself at that point. You're having that
Okay.
conversation with yourself, which I think is a huge part of divination.
Oh,
Okay,
yeah.
because
Anybody's able to tap in. You just have to find your little niche for it. And I think you're very connected to water in general, so that would
Yeah.
be amazing for yeah.
I mean, I've been going to the beach like all my life. But I've always wondered if the beach is what made me like that, or because I also grew up with like a pond. I always like kind of stay searching on like what was the defining moment of which like water became my thing, but I'll find out eventually.
There
But
might never have been a moment. Maybe it was just meant to be.
true.
Water is a very cleansing thing. It helps you like get rid of excess energy, get rid of like the bad juju.
Mhm.
It's one of those very good energetic tools. Yeah, I'm definitely a
Okay.
water person.
Bill, what's your element?
Oh, I'm Earth all the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
And-
I belong in the mountains. It's where I feel most at peace. Water would be a close second, but
Okay.
yeah, I'm
Danny, how about
definitely
you?
mountains.
I saw photos of a hike that you just did recently.
Yeah,
That
Sunday
was
I went up.
gorgeous.
Yeah, oh god, that was a hard hike.
Like,
It was a 1,400-foot climb.
oh
Holy
my
shit.
god.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
it was rough and it was steep too, but worth every step.
How
Yeah, that view
long
was phenomenal.
did it take you?
To get up to the overlook took a little over an hour. To get to the peak was about almost 2 hours.
It's a decent hike.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2.2 miles one way,
Did you start early in the morning?
about 6:30.
Okay, yeah, okay. I was like, let's let
Nice.
this hike at fucking 3:30 in the afternoon. Let's hope I get
I've
there
done it.
for time. Oh, you have? Holy shit.
Yeah, no, I've certainly done stupid hikes like that.
Done night hiking already. That's
Oh
stupid
yeah.
idea.
I've always
It's-
wanted to do a night hiking. I have no survival skills. I have athletic climbing skills, but I'm only meant to be in the mountains during the daytime, unless it's like with a group of people at night that I can have there to trust to keep me alive. But like if I'm
So,
by myself, huh?
want me to let you in on a little secret?
Is this gonna be a sarcastic secret or an
Oh,
actual?
no.
Okay, yeah.
So I am absolutely terrified of being in the woods at night. I'm in the
Really?
woods at night
Really?
all the time. I when I'm hunting or a lot of times when I'm hiking and stuff, I'm in the woods when it's dark. Absolutely terrifies me.
Wait, is there a certain aspect of it, or is it just because it's at night, or like what is it
So
that scares
it
you?
started in the place where I learned how to hunt, which was up on a mountain in the woods behind a cemetery. And there's something that's not pleasant up there. During the day, it's great, but as soon as the sun goes down and gets dark, there's
Yeah,
something very unpleasant that comes out, and I've never been
really?
able to shake that fear.
Huh.
Do you think it's like Skinwalker? Yes.
No, I think it's more elemental nature
Okay.
spirit kind of thing.
Which
Similar to what you like
that's their
experienced.
area, right? They really wouldn't want us in their area, so they would make it feel unwelcoming, right? Like
Yeah.
that would be a
Tanya and I got chased out of the woods once.
oh shit.
Yeah, it was a place that we hike all the time. It's my flat out most favorite place on the planet. But the one time we were there, just something kind of didn't want us there, and we got chased out. And
Oh,
as soon
Christ.
there's a little bridge as you exit the woods and go into the field. And as soon as we went past that, everything was fine. But the two of us were just like, we're not looking behind us. We're just getting the hell out of here.
Oh man, yeah, something really did not want you there.
Yeah, no,
Creepy.
we weren't messing with that one.
Yeah, I don't blame you. I don't think I would have either. I
I have a
mean,
question for Danny because I've never had this happen.
oh
Like
no.
with people that when people have like get creepy EVPs or voices through a spirit box or phantom box that says like "get out" or something that scares you and makes you leave. Have you ever had a very active movement or signal or sign come through dowsing rods, pendulums, or anything like that, or even a really creepy reading like on a tarot deck that made you like think, I need to stop or get out of this place
During like an investigation?
at any point? Like
Like,
if you're at home doing it and it makes you think, okay, I need to stop and close this. Or if you're at a location and you think, I need to get out.
trying to think. I think my old apartment, I have this, it was an EVP, but I had a cat ball that went off right after I played the EVP. So like the two together kind of really creeped me out. So I had these two. I'm not a huge doll person. Dolls kind of really do creep me out, but I have these two, and they're supposed to be from supposedly from the House of Wills. I don't have any proof other than the person that gave them to me said that that's where they came from, and they were having issues having the dolls in their house. So I adopted them apparently. But yeah, there were some like weird things that were happening, right? But like I was also, this is like when I was going to White Hill Mansion, like I was going to a lot of places then too, so I wasn't sure, is it the dolls or am I bringing something back home with me? So the one night I was bored, I don't think I had anything going on, so I did an EVP session with the dolls, and I got a dude's voice, and then after I played it back, it's something about it not that I was terrified, but I didn't feel comfortable. Yeah. And then as soon as I realized I didn't feel comfortable, the cat ball went off that was sitting right next to the doll. And I'm like, maybe we're going to put the dolls away now. And maybe I go to the store. Like I needed a minute, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Have you got out those dolls since?
They're actually right now in storage. They're very, very carefully wrapped up. I was trying to be as respectful as possible, but they're definitely sitting in a box in storage right now.
Gotcha. Are they in storage for a reason, or did they just end up there?
Well, they ended up there because I didn't want to keep moving them around. I feel like,
fair enough.
I mean, I moved into a place that has activity, right? So like we have things that go on here all the time. I literally thought I saw the dog following Rob around, and the dog was like right behind me. So I'm like, what did I just watch following you? But yeah, there's definitely been times where we've seen a shadow walking around. So like, I didn't want to like add to that. You know what I mean?
Jen has a question that I'm curious about. When you pull cards, do you read the cards as they say the cards mean on the pack or the internet, or do you feel like it's a mixture of what really is?
Ooh. So is it more like, am I going by the definition that's given to me? Or okay, so I will start off. So like if I pull a card, I'll look at it, and if I can remember the definition, I'll keep that in mind. But I'll definitely go with what's drawing my eye within the symbolism of the card, and then where is my gut, or like what kind of words am I hearing in my head? Like I definitely might start with that base definition, but I definitely mix in my own vibe with it, because I feel like the more you make it your own, the more intense, the more enriching, just it's a better reading when you put your own energy into something. So I'll start off with the base definition, but I definitely don't end with the base definition.
I've actually heard of a few psychologists who will use tarot cards in working with people, and
Really?
they'll have them like learn the basics of it, and then do an intuitive read on themselves, and it's just
That's so
a tool to
perfect.
kind of it's a
Yeah.
tool to kind of like dig deeper into your subconscious.
Oh my gosh, yes. Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, because it really you have a dialogue with yourself with that. Then I know the one point, and we were talking about this before the show started. I had a moment where I didn't want to, like I was actually scared of the cards at one point. And I
Not
realized no, I know where that's going.
Well, Sarah asked if I had it.
But
Sierra, I love you, but shh.
Aw.
Danny, you keep going. I'm sorry.
So I realized that the reason I was so scared of the deck was I had put myself in a really crappy situation, right? So I was pulling all of these, like the swords and like all these like scary cards, and I was getting anxiety. And really, all it was the deck was trying to show me, hey, here's where you are. Here's the path you need to take to work yourself through it. Like, there's always, even on like the scariest, whatever you want to call it, like the scariest card, there's always a way out. There's always a way to remedy what you're going through. There's never like a doom and gloom, you're going to die card. Like, I don't believe that ever exists. Like, even death doesn't mean death.
I was about to ask about death. I was like, what does
Yeah.
death mean?
No, death is transformation. It's like the ending of a cycle, right? You're
Okay.
cutting away what you no longer, you no longer need in your life. So there is like the decay of the old, get rid of it, but then there's the rebirth, and there's it's a beginning of a new cycle kind of a thing. Transformation.
Speaking of that, good transition. Damien asked, because I was waiting for like a good transition and like into this, but if someone's having a really bad day, would you consider changing the card reading if it wasn't good, or would the Cosmos strike you down for telling a white lie?
I would not change the card reading. So here's the thing. I don't think the Cosmos would strike me down, and I wouldn't want to tell the lie either. So like, say someone's having a really crappy day, right? And they come to you for a tarot reading, and you decide that, okay, you're going to do the tarot reading for them, and they get a whole line of crap cards. I will keep going until I get a card that's going to lead them to a path for something better. Like, I won't stop on the doom and gloom. I won't stop on the, well, you're fucked. You know what I mean? Like, I'm going to keep going until, okay, here's a path that you can choose to do this, or you can choose to do that. Like, find that way to give them a little bit of hope, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, I won't lie. I won't change the meaning of a card just because I'm like, oh, Susan's having a really bad day. Let's make Susan feel better. But no.
You're giving a tarot reading to someone that you just don't like. Oh, you got the death card. What's that mean? Death.
Oh my god. Yeah, I don't know. As far as like the striking down part that he's talking, like, I feel like karma does work into those things. Like, I wouldn't want to.
Yeah.
No.
Somebody. I don't know.
Well, one of the things that I do when I don't do rune readings for people very often, but when I do, one of the things I always tell them, especially if they're unhappy with the reading, is this is just one possible future. Like, if nothing changes, this is your future. This is your opportunity to change things. Like, it's not set in stone.
Which I think is a beautiful thing, because you're reading energy. How could energy ever be in stone, right? That's even like with the tarot cards. Like, what you're reading is for the moment, where you're at right now. Anything you do past here, you can change in a heartbeat. So if you don't like it, just change something,
As an empath, have you ever had a weird vibe that didn't sync with the card when reading someone else?
Yeah, I have recently. Oh, for someone else. Okay, yeah. So not gonna say who it was, but yes, I did have a reading for somebody, and like something just didn't feel like it jived just right. But I was going with a definition and like what I knew of that definition without trying to tap into the sensation, and then it ended up I should have, right? Because it really was, my gut was trying to tell me to go down a different path, and I should have pulled maybe one or two more cards. But yeah, I feel like I'm very much and very fast learning that as an empath, it's important to actually tap into those vibes while I'm like, and I'll do a little bit of a conversation with the person now before I do the readings, because the more you talk to someone, you're picking up on the energy, all the little tells that they have. So it definitely makes a difference when you let yourself tap in. Yeah.
I just realized that's awesome. Like information. I don't want to try to discredit by changing the subject.
What were you reaching for? I saw you.
But
I saw what he was reaching for.
I saw in my camera that this was in frame. Bill has a buzzer, but if Bill rants, I have a.
Oh my gosh. Oh my. Wait, was that haunted? Is that a haunted object? Wasn't that your haunted object?
So do you want the whole story behind why I bought it, or just simply yes or no?
Give me the Cliff Notes version.
All right, okay. So I whenever I went to Missouri State Penitentiary with Brian, we got to MSP early, and he's like, hey, let's go out for some food. And I'm like, all right, cool. We stopped by a local antique shop, and I got Can you see it? Yeah, that Ouija board. This and as they described it, fucking pick the fucker up. A unusual cross.
Oh.
And the reasoning behind the bell, I'll tell you off camera because it's not really doesn't really give any reason to the podcast. But I've always wanted one because I like the sound of it. But all the ones that I found out and about are brand new and shiny.
And
Just
that
less
one,
than- yeah.
yeah.
So Bill, politely, be quiet.
I've been quiet.
I just wanted to say that. I know it wasn't funny, but all right.
Oh my
Well, let's
All
get
right.
back to the regular schedule.
So Damien has a question for you.
Okay.
With the planetary alignment coming in February, how would you advise to best prepare for crazy energy coming?
Figure out what your favorite thing is for grounding and do that.
And how do you know about the planetary alignment? Because I'm curious, like, how do you, like, is there like some type of like resource you can use to look at that up?
Google.
I'll see myself out.
NASA's website.
No, seriously. So, like anything with energy that's gonna go crazy, I would if you're into meditation, I'd maybe tap into that a little bit more. Set some intentions before you go to bed. I've learned through Didi that dream intentions can be a phenomenal tool. Yeah, too. Like, hey, tarot readings. If you want to know, am I gonna survive this planetary alignment? You can get a tarot reading right beforehand, and like what your do's and your don'ts, but maybe you should lean into, what maybe you should stay away from. Hiking, swimming, like anything that's gonna keep you like very grounded.
Definitely recommend the hiking.
Yeah, for real.
At night, by yourself, no protection.
No protection of any sort, spiritual,
Totally worth
physical, or
it.
mental. We don't have a knife, a pendulum, nothing. You just go out there with socks, shoes, and a shirt. Pants are optional, and then just hike.
It's funny. I do normally carry a couple weapons on me when I go hiking, unless I'm Bigfoot hunting. Then I take nothing.
They don't like any
No.
kind of weaponry, right?
No. So if I'm Bigfoot hunting, then I'm clean with that stuff. So sometimes I'll take like a small pocket knife, just in case I need it for something. Which sometimes it's useful to have. But
Bill's about
to have a pocket knife.
Bill's about to shake a squatch.
No,
he's about to shake a squatch. Okay, that should be Richie merch. Sass. We give them
Sassy
the
squatch.
Sass. Give them the sass. Shake a squatch.
shake a squatch.
That should be merch.
I should. Hey, Courtney.
Hey everyone. Hi Courtney. But okay.
Bear spray. Oh shit. So
wait,
is bear spray just like really big pepper spray? What is bear spray?
Yes.
It's like hardcore pepper spray.
And some you can get in like the size of like a spray paint bottle, but there are some in smaller quantities that come in like a regular size thing.
Yeah. So speaking of Bigfoot, when I was on my hike on Sunday, I had a deer grunt to my left, and as soon as it did, something really big went running through the woods on my right. That it was definitely not a deer. So it's probably a bear. Could have been something else.
Did you see it?
I didn't see it. But I heard the footsteps hitting, and they were hitting hard.
Have you ever met Squatch Man?
You would have seen a bear.
I have not met Squatch Man yet.
Okay. Anyway, sorry. That was a footnote. Anyway.
I put money on it was a Bigfoot. You would have seen the bear. I don't know.
Maybe.
Bill,
are you pretty elusive?
Are you legally blind, Bill?
No.
Okay, then yeah, you would have seen it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are the glasses that you wear like just for reading, or are they like prescription? I never asked
prescription. That. Yeah, I can't see far away.
Okay, so you're nearsighted. Gotcha. So you can't build a Ouija board from 100 feet away. Gotcha.
Not unless it's really big.
He's out here just throwing paint, hoping it lands in the right fucking spot. Or Bluetooth printing. Anyway, that's a rant. I'm not allowing Bill to hit the build this whole episode.
So Dani.
Hi. Yes.
Getting back to divination.
Yes.
So
Welcome to the
so
Haunted Casket podcast.
it's a lot of ADD. So we know that you like tarot.
Yes.
How do you feel about oracle decks?
So I started off. Didn't start off. I started off with tarot, right? But when I started getting like anxiety over reading tarot, I actually leaned into oracle. I have about 15 oracle decks here. I like them. I've learned that I can't read them as easily though. Like I have a harder time reading oracle cards than I do tarot. I don't understand that at all. But
Yeah, that's interesting because I had the exact opposite. For years, I've been using oracle decks. I find them more intuitive and easier to use.
oh yeah.
It's only been in the last couple months that I've really been starting to dive into the tarot and learn the Rider-Waite-Smith deck.
Yeah, I think it's because, and it's so funny because it should be easier, right? Because you're any of the pictures, you're supposed to like let that talk to you. You're supposed to like the way I do with the tarot. Like I don't understand. I have a disconnect with. I will reach for the definition book on an oracle deck 50 million times more than I will for anything with tarot. I don't get it, but
So before you hop into some more stuff, I have an idea.
okay, what?
How would you feel if I pulled tarot cards and you gave readings to people?
You're gonna pull them and I read them?
Yeah.
Okay.
Is that can that be how that works, or does your energy need?
Yeah. So my whole theory between with the card reading is it is energy. You're reading the energy that's been put in it. So as long as your intention is that you're going to pull for so and so, that energy goes with it. You know what I mean? Like the intention is a big deal when it comes to cards.
Do we want to do what Damien's suggesting?
Can we have experiment where 3 decks, 1 each card pull? If all, yeah, Danny, go get a deck. If you have a deck on you,
I'll be right back.
Okay,
I gotta go grab a deck.
Bill's not prepared. Fucking shame him.
So fun fact, I have like 15 oracle decks and 22 tarot decks.
Damn.
Yeah.
Is there any other decks out there other than tarot and oracle? Like that?
I'm sure that there are. I wouldn't know, but I'm sure that there are. I mean,
gotcha. Since you have been taught how to read coconut.
So
I don't know what that means.
So Stacy has this amazing divination, coconut divination course, and it is really amazing. It's like yes, no questions. You go through this whole. Is ritual the right word, Stacy? There's steps that you need to take in order for this to work properly, and you can ask yes, no questions. And I have never had it steer me wrong yet. It is an amazing tool to use. I don't use it as often as I should, though. I will reach for the tarot cards before I reach for the coconuts, but I will never deny that they work phenomenally.
All right, so anyone out there, we are about to do a 3-person pull tarot reading, 1 card each. If you want a reading, let us know in the comments. Let's see how this goes. I don't think this has ever been done, at least on the Get Haunted Network. I don't think. I'm sure it's been done. I'm sure it's been done countless other places, but if you want a 3-person reading, 1 card each.
Oh, I think Sierra's in.
Sierra, Brandy, and then Damien has whilst doing a card reading, would you consider running EVP recorder or any ghost hunting equipment to see if spirit energy can affect the pulls?
I've seen some people do that. I haven't done it myself yet.
I've tried that once with a past friend. We'll just say that. A past friend, they were a witch. I'm obviously a paranormal investigator, so I'm like, hey, what if the 2 worlds collided? And during at the end of the pool, or one of the last pulls, I didn't feel like it was working, but then again, I was uneducated, or told the wrong information. That's not the point, but still, at the end of all of the pulls, we reviewed the 5 minutes of EVP, and near the end, I heard like a grunt and then stopped trying. Yeah.
Oh, so, you did get a response from it.
Yeah. So whether that was targeted them or me, I don't know, but yeah, it was almost like a stop trying type deal.
I want to start doing this now. So I started bringing my tarot deck with me on investigation. I want to incorporate this now. This sounds so fun with the EVPs.
Yeah. Have you used a deck to communicate with spirits?
I have, but I wasn't sure like how I wanted to maneuver it. So it was a little choppy, but it did help me ask questions, like think of
Didn't
like, what I should ask.
didn't we try that the first time that we went to New Egypt?
Yes, we did in the basement. Yeah, it was
Yeah.
helping me direct questions, or like you would ask a question as I was pulling a card, and it seemed to correlate with the information that we were getting.
Thank you.
Cindy, hey.
I'm going the wrong way. There we go. Right now, since Michael Castro's in the chat and I'm wearing the shirt, small shout out. I do it a lot, but I can't do this enough. If you want great paranormal content, great interviews, great suggestions, great ideas for where to go, who to talk to, what to do, what to see, go to Ghost Magazine. They have great shirts. Their magazines are amazing. This is the first one I pulled up. There's that one, and then one with get haunted. Great shit. And Michael is the best. So be sure to do that. So, but anyway, back to the
Before we do this experiment, can I answer Cindy's question really quick?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
There you go.
So she was asking if there's any. Is there really a risk of anything coming through while using tarot cards, such as spirits or entities, good or bad? I feel like this all comes down to your intention before you start your readings and also what your personal beliefs are. For me, I don't feel like I'm ever in danger of something really bad coming through because I will set boundaries and intentions before I pull cards. I pull in guides, I pull in deities. So for me, I feel very grounded and very protected while I'm reading. So I don't ever feel like there is a reason for something horrible to come in unless you're going to open yourself up to that, unless you are on some level considering that, yes, the bad energy is going to come through. It's all, for me, I think that's all intention. I think the more groundedness and positivity that you put into it, the safer you are. And it really just comes down to what is your own ritual, what is your own belief. Just personal opinion on that. I don't think good or I don't think bad comes through. Good, if you invite the good, I think the good will show up. I don't know if that's if that's a substantial answer or not, but.
And Dani.
What? Stop it! Stop it, dude! I want that thing. It's so cool.
And then Michael.
Thanks, sign.
And like any time, dude. The joy that you bring others is amazing, dude. So thank you. So. Because I've said this in the past, but while Bill's finishing up his thing, there was I don't remember the name of the company. I don't even think it was a company. I think I just bought just random magazines. But whenever I was a kid, we had a local DVD and media rental store where they would like sell VHS tapes and DVDs. They would sell like Pokemon cards and magazines of all that sort. And me and my dad would rent out some movies, and all you had as an account there was a number. They gave you a number. Ours was 82. It's my number. But anyway, there was a part for magazines, and he would always have random magazines of like top 10 most haunted places, haunted house here, haunted house there, and the magazines were just so structured so well that it kept me intrigued, and that was one of the major parts of my paranormal journey growing up as far as the media goes. And I'm not sure how it aligned so well, but the Ghost of magazine is damn near a carbon copy of what those used to be. So every time I look inside these the magazines, it takes me back in time, and I love it.
They're such good reads, and the articles
They are fantastic.
Yeah.
But Cindy says thank you.
All right, so I had a card pop out as I was shuffling.
Ooh.
All right.
Wait, who are we shuffling for?
Our first victim
What popped out though first before we do this?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Sorry, I should have asked that first. What popped out? Do you want us to show, or you want to just like put it right back in?
7 of Wands.
Dani, educate
So
us.
was that while he was talking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so, like while I was talking?
No, while
Okay.
you were talking.
Oh, okay. Okay.
7 of Wands. If you look at the card, he's like having to battle the other wands, right? And he's
Yep.
having to like really firmly put his feet on the ground. So it might have been the deck saying, "Hey, stand your ground, cut him off," kind of a time to. For real.
The cards were buzzering me.
Yes.
God damn it. Fuck. Build it and do it. Fucking whatever spirits
See,
by him did.
Tarot did
Even
it.
the spirits want you to shut up.
You know what? Welcome back to the empty casket.
Oh, that's funny.
All
All
right,
right.
so
So who are we doing this for?
All right, so we have 3
oh,
victims.
the first one is Brandy Sampson. So okay.
Off the card.
So do you just like scroll through them and pick with your eyes closed? Like how do you do this?
So whatever feels good to you, you can just shuffle until you feel like you should stop, or you can shuffle and move them around. You could put them on your desk and spread them around.
I'm gonna do.
All right, this one jumped right out.
I have mine dropped on the floor, and I love that saying, "What falls to the floor comes to the door." So I'm gonna read the one that dropped.
I'm gonna use
this one jumped right out of the deck. So
you're gonna use my intuition here.
All right.
All right, I got one.
All right, what'd you get?
Okay, I'll go first. I got. I don't fucking know what I got.
Show it.
It doesn't say like swords or wands or anything. Here, wait.
Does it say anything on the bottom?
It says El Sumo Sacerdane, the Hierophant.
Okay, Hierophant.
the Hierophant.
Oh, okay.
That's a card. Yeah, that's one of the major arcana cards.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay, so that with Bill, what do you have?
I have the Page of Pentacles inverted.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
And then I had 2 falls, so we're gonna mix them both in. So the one that I would count as like the main one would be the Ace of Cups, right? And then the Sun. So for the Hierophant, right? This is more of, this could either be needing to conform, or this could be something along the lines of like a spiritual task, spiritual awakening, needing to tap into maybe a guru.
Okay.
What did you get? Page of Pentacles upside down?
Yeah.
Upside down. So I don't normally read inversions. So for me personally, every card has every single meaning in it. It depends on what's around it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Okay.
you can take that however you want. If you want us to read it upside down, it could be so usually yeah, go ahead.
Sorry, my brain just clicked. So you just said that every card has overall meaning, but also what's inside of it. So if you choose 2 cards at once, the overall meaning, does the what's inside of the card itself also merge?
Yeah, so like for me with these, the 2, I'm reading these 2 as one. So for like the Ace of Cups,
Yeah.
is new beginnings and more like an emotional, or tapping into your spirituality, your intuition. And the Sun is also about new beginnings and a fresh start. So all of these together, really, because like a page is like page is more of like a things are coming. It's good news coming, especially when it's a Pentacles. It's like a groundedness. So I would say the person that we read this for is like, they should really start tapping into their intuition, right? Because you have the Hierophant, who could be like a spiritual leader. You also have your Ace of Cups, which is a very tapping into your emotions and your intuition. And this could be like, you're coming into that time of finding this beautiful balance between being grounded and still being able to tap into yourself. And it's going to really heighten that intuition. So really listen to those gut feelings right now, because you're going to be picking up on so much more than you realize. And it's going to lead to a really bright future for you. You're going to be able to like find that path and pick the right things and talk to the right people. And I don't know, does that make sense to you guys?
Yes, and I'm gonna like, all this is very, I guess, basic for like what tarot is. So like, it sounds like everyone's like, yeah, obviously, duh, but like, this is really fucking cool to me, because I know the question that I asked, like you kind of already and like you answered it before I asked, but like my brain's like I need to catch that again. But that's really fucking cool. I didn't know that was the thing. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I mean, it all
So-
depends on like how you choose to read a card too. Like everyone reads differently.
Okay. So does all this tie into what you're feeling, Brandy? If that's how that works,
Yeah.
well,
So
then let us know.
and that's why it's so much easier too when someone's right in front of you, because you can ask the questions that'll help lead you to how to read the cards. You know what I mean?
Do you have a local like a rock shop that's near you?
In Hellertown isn't too far from me. They have
Okay.
Kindred Spirits. They're pretty
Okay.
cool. I haven't been there in years. I think they're still there.
Jesus Christ, Bill. We clicked the same fucking comment at the same time.
Well, you take
There.
too long, so I have to do it. And then
It just popped up, motherfucker.
Oh, good. So that does make sense. I'm sorry. That was loud. It was like screaming into my microphone. Wow, guys. Sorry.
And
All right,
Michael,
so that's cool.
you have a great night. But okay, cool. Then we also have two more takers. So we also have starred comment Sarah Dickerson.
Ooh.
Actually, you know what? She wants to buzzer me next. I'm kidding.
We are
Okay.
reading. her.
she wants to buzzer you. She gets a reading.
Yeah. she gets it.
My podcast, remember?
Bill, I'm going to give you a very stern hug.
What?
It's like killing you with kindness. Like if someone ever like talks shit, you just look back at them and go, "I hope you have a fucking nice day." It's like killing them with kindness.
No. You wish people that they have the day they deserve. That's the most passive
Yeah.
aggressive thing you could get.
And
Oh,
also, that's a Black Tea Society shirt.
It is a Black Tea
It
Society.
is. But anyway, so okay, let me shuffle.
my
Do you need to shuffle after every draw? Is that how that works?
I do. Yeah.
Okay.
Because then
How-
you're putting the intention, you're putting extra energy. If the card, if your deck doesn't feel right for some reason, you can knock on it 3 times. Clears the
Okay.
deck.
I just saw some
Alright,
bloody
so
daggers on the
We're
card.
focusing on Sierra.
Okay,
all right.
Sierra.
So I had 2 jump out. I have
Ooh.
the 4 of Wands and the Queen of Wands.
Okay, so if we're doing two, wait, hold your cards up again, Bill. They're green screening out.
Yeah, I know.
So 4 of Wands.
4 of Wands, Queen of Wands.
4
And-
ones. Okay,
Queens of
and
Wands.
Danny, if you want to draw 2, then I'll draw 2.
I'm gonna draw 2. So I got Queen.
Yeah, sure.
Two popped out. Like
So
they
for
just,
him, 2 jumped out. So for him, like that's.
Oh,
you
so
want me to pull? I can pull more. It's just it's gonna be.
then go with what happens. Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
gotcha. Okay, I'm sliding them out like a shitty magician. Okay. A photographic memory in my head of a line, and I'm not gonna go until it stops. All right here. If you can see what's inside my head, it's fucking weird. That's beside the point. All right, cool.
I have no doubt.
Bill, what did you get? 4
of Wands, Queen of Wands.
4 of Wands, Queen of Wands. Danny,
Queen of Cups.
9 of Pentacles.
Show that sucker so everyone can see it.
Oh yeah. Let me get out my flashlight because this lighting for some reason is bad.
So that's 9 of Pentacles. So okay, on the normal deck, can I show them what that looks like on the normal deck? Because
Yeah.
taps into Sierra actually.
I bought this deck whenever I bought my first piece of ghost hunting
I
equipment.
love that deck. I'm not knocking that at all. It's just I think it's important for her to see it.
This was $3 at my local rock shop.
I think it's a beautiful deck. So in the Rider Waite, that's what it's gonna look like. And the only
That looks
reason
a
I
lot.
really wanted her to see it was because she's got a lot of this like strong female energy flowing. There's a lot of stability, right? So your 9 of Pentacles is someone who has finally come into their moment. They've come into that fruition. They're like in this an area that they're very comfortable with, and they can finally let themselves be themselves, right? You got the 4 of Wands, which is the building of stability. So this is a time for celebration. Those phenomenal, strong foundations. There's usually like a victory wreath somewhere up inside the 4 Wands. which is also yep. See, it's right there. A time for celebration, to be happy. Good things are coming. Queen of Pentacles. She is this
Queen of Wands.
Queen of Wands. Sorry. So Queen of Wands. She's like that fire, right? She is freaking. She is all about. She's the action, the movement, the fire, the just that like oomph that comes with that. There's a word I'm looking for and I can't think of it right now. Passion. And then you have your Queen of Cups, who is very tuned in spiritually and into themselves and into their emotions. So you're kind of like coming into this moment of you're finding your zone, right? Like, what do you think, Bill? Like,
yeah, I mean, I think it's like it sounds like you're about to start something new, and that whatever it is you're starting is really going to take off and just kind of explode.
Yeah, you're like
in a good way.
in the right direction.
Yeah,
I really love that. That's a really good reading.
Scary accurate.
You are welcome.
All right. So let's
Like
go. We have 3 more reads. By the time we get done with those 3 more reads, we'll have to call it a night. So the last 3 we have Stacy Lynn, Stephen Metz, and Stacy himself. So Stacy Lynn is up next.
Okay.
If I could manage to do this properly.
A little card shuffling ASMR.
Oh, I hate ASMR, but do it anyway.
Do you really?
I don't know why, but I think I could be wrong. I think it has something to do with my ADHD. If I hear really sensitive sounds for too long, it adds like a caffeine buzz to my head. I just get annoyed.
Like a sensory overload kind of.
Yeah.
I don't like the whispering ones, but when it's just like somebody doing something, it's just the natural noises of it, that I'm cool with.
Like scribbling or like, yeah.
Like, I guess I can stand it if it's like, you know how in the movies like they add like the spirits that are whispering that type shit.
Yeah.
Right. Like that stuff for too long is fine because it's a very soft, easygoing, connecting noise. But like if someone like sharp, abrupt noises, that's like where it's like I feel like I've been hit with a hammer. Like in my head, it's like, okay, you can stop. Yeah. So like you've seen on like social media where like people like take like glass jars with like makeup and like tap their fingernails to it and shit.
Yeah.
I can't.
That I don't like. No.
Yeah, I can't do that shit.
Anyway, back to tarot.
Yeah.
I got the King of Cups.
Okay. Let me spread them out real quick. Okay. Give me. This is for Stacy. Okay. All right. I got. That's the back of the card. I got Judgment.
Ooh. Okay. So.
And if you are curious what my card looks like,
I do want to see what it looks like.
Come on. There we go.
Okay.
It's like a queen on a cliff looking at someone floating in the air.
Nice. So like with Judgment, it's kind of like your day of reckoning, like also like all of the bad things are kind of getting lifted away and you're kind of being shown for like what's actually there, right? At least that's how I see that card. You got what? King of Cups. So King of Cups, he is a man who is very much tapped in, right? He is in control of his emotions. Like he can see his emotions for what they are. He can balance out his emotions. He's not flying off the handle, but he's like letting that water flow the way it needs to, right? So you're in control of your faculties and you are making smart decisions with your gut feelings. Things are being revealed to show that, you know what, you're good enough. You can do these things, the things that people thought weren't, if people did think certain things that weren't necessarily true, that's going to melt away. That's flowing away. You're coming into a time of a new thought process too, with the Page of Swords. So your swords are more of like your thought, the air, the movement of things. So what I would get from these 3 cards is that you're coming into this time of leveling up, basically, right? Like you're in charge of your own emotions, you're in charge of your own intuition. That's strengthening. You're going to be able to look at things for what they are and be calm, cool, and collected. This is going to bring in a new thought pattern, and it's going to like kind of change your course a little bit, but like in the right direction. I don't know. Do you guys see something different from that? Like totally open here.
That
Like
pretty much lines up with what I was thinking. It.
When I look away and give like a resting like a bitch face, is because I'm thinking.
Oh, I did not think you were giving resting bitch.
Oh, okay. That's what like half my friends say, so I just figured.
So Stacy Lynn, how did that line up with what's going on for you? Was that pretty accurate?
Speaking of that, Stacy, are you the mother of Sierra? Because the last name is the same. I like out of curiosity, but I hope that lined up because that made a lot of sense if it did. But while we wait for a response from her, oh, I think she. That's
oh, I love this. That's it, Trevor. Hands off.
Oh, hey, awesome. You're the one shutting it off that time.
Oh, I love that. All right.
Anyway.
I like doing this way. This is fun.
Yeah, this is interesting. Damien, of course.
Damien.
Cool. Stacy, your daughter's kind of weird, but we accept her. In the most loving way possible.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway, up next we have Steven Metz. Okay. Let's see what we got for Steven Metz.
Yeah, Steven, we're gonna dig deeper into tarot for you.
God fucking I was waiting for someone to say it, and I figured Dani would have a better sense of humor than that, but Bill's apparently hitting the shitter.
Steven, I'm so sorry for the card I just pulled for you.
Oh god, it's the Reaper. We can't see half the card, dude. Your green screen's taking it.
It's the Fool.
Oh, okay.
Right, this could be a good thing.
It could be.
Oh, but your Bill, your sense of humor is fantastic. That sounded funnier in my head, to be honest with you.
Yeah, my sense of humor is so good that I'm limited to 5 puns per week at work.
Really? Okay, give me one like right now, off the top of your head.
You got to let them come naturally.
Okay, then a dad joke. Then a dad joke. One dad joke. Come
on. What do you call a small owl flying through the fog?
A small who?
A moist owlet.
Oh my god, I love it. Dude, I'm a sucker for dad jokes. I love them.
Okay, I got one quick one then onto this. So, for the sake of this joke, I'm married. My wife came into me and asked me, "Hey, have you seen the dog bowl lately?" And I said, "No, I didn't know he did."
Oh my god.
Oh, the kind of shit I actually say to Tanya.
Anyway, Sierra, let's see what you got here. Okay, I'm just gonna. That card right here is calling.
Did you pull a card for Steven?
Or yes, sorry, not Sierra. Steven. Yes, sorry, Steven. I don't know why I said Sierra.
That's because who we were talking to last.
Okay,
that works.
Fair enough. Okay, mine is the 10 of Swords, and just so you can see it.
Oh, okay. So 10 of Swords, 8 of Swords.
And the Fool.
Oh shit!
And the Fool. We're gonna pull one more card so I know how to read this.
Okay.
So the thing with the swords is they look super scary, right? But they're all about your thought patterns and how a lot of times we as humans are not necessarily nice with our thought patterns towards ourselves or towards others. So the swords can look really scary, right? Especially when you mix in a card like the Fool, which could go many, many ways. Sometimes you need another card just to help. Okay. Judgment. I feel like if we're going to put all these together, right? So a Fool could mean a new path, not necessarily knowing which direction it's going to go, possibly having a little bit of fear, because in the card of the Fool, there's like jaggedy cliffs in the background, if I remember right. So
Yep.
it could be like it not necessarily always going to be a smooth ride there, but like it's worth doing. What did you get? 10 of Swords?
Yes, 10 of Swords, and you asked to pull another one, so I did.
Okay, what did you get for your other one?
The other one was Ace of Cups.
You son of a bitch. You're kidding.
Did you get Ace of Cups?
Yeah.
Ace of Cups.
Perfect. Okay, so I'm glad we did this. So 10 of Swords is in a traditional deck, it's the dude's laying down in the mud. All the swords are in his back, right? He's just like, boom, down and out. So I feel like since we got the Judgment card in there, 8 of Swords, you're all in your head, bro. You're all like, you're coming out. So, okay, Judgment, you're coming out of it. Ace of Cups, fresh new beginnings as far as emotions and sensations and intuition, right? So keep in mind, you're coming out of the shit. You're coming out of being down and out in the mud.
Steven, this is
feeling like, you know, what the hell am I doing here? Why do I even exist? Like those kind of feelings. And the thing with that is that's that ugly self-talk. That's that not being able to see past those societal boundaries. So like with this card, she's all bound up, but you can't really see it from how far away it is. But like this is not tightly bound, right? And it looks like her path is like blocked by all the swords, but if she just turns around, there's no swords behind her, and then there's a castle in the background. So all this means is you're holding yourself back. You're letting all this ugly self-talk, you're letting all of these things that people are saying you can't do get into your head. But with the Judgment card, all that's clearing away, right? You're realizing, fuck this, I can do this. I can do whatever the hell I want to do. I just have to put my mind to it, right? So all that garbage is getting lifted out. You're getting this new lease on life. This is almost like a rebirth for you right now. And that Ace of Cups is all of that fresh new energy, that ability to tap into yourself is coming forth to you. You're coming into this really beautiful moment from coming out of the shit. I don't know if that makes any sense. I feel like
no, like from what I know about Steven and why he started his own like dig or deeper in his backstory, I'm not gonna say like he's told me a lot of stuff. I'm not gonna say his personal shit like online, but from what I know, I'm amazed on how accurate that is from what I know.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
So I am going to. I want to show something real quick,
Okay.
because where is it? There it is. So this is the 10 of Swords in the Rider-Waite Smith deck, and this is where the artwork gets really, really interesting. I know, Dani, you and I talked about this before the podcast. I don't remember if we mentioned it during, but the Rider-Waite Smith deck was designed for the Golden Dawn, which those of you who don't know is it's an old magic group from the 1800s into the early 1900s.
Yeah.
So while this card looks really bad because you have all the swords in the back and everything, look in the background and what do you see? A Golden Dawn.
Yeah, brand new day. Look at that. I love that. So it's like there's nowhere else to go but up. So you're definitely going to come up out of it. You're just having to be in that moment of the feels, which, yeah, it's funny because like that's one of those cards where everyone looks at it and they're terrified. But like what you just pointed out, it's actually not a horrible card. It's just showing you're gonna get through it. It's gonna get better.
Yeah. It's one of those interesting ways that the the artwork in the deck really adds to the meaning of it, especially the Rider-Waite Smith deck.
Oh my god, yeah. I never put that two and two, but you're right. Golden Dawn, like, it's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I love that.
He can be helpful from time to time.
He can be.
I have my moments.
We had Stacy, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I still can't believe that we pulled that. I still can't believe that we pulled the Ace of Cups.
I love that you both pulled it. I mean, it's definite then. Like it
is set in stone. It is the haunted. No, it's not floating in my head. I'm not gonna fucking play that shit. Okay. I'm catching myself a lot more, and I like it. I'm getting wittier with my own stupidity. That should be a quote. Anyway, don't hit the buzzer, Bill. I promise I'm done.
All right, I got two of them here for you, Stacy.
I have 2.
Then I'm gonna do 2 as well.
I had one
So-
that kept like hopping, so I picked it up.
So we got strength and the tower.
Oh, okay. Apparently, I have 3 cards because there was one fighting. So, all right. So I have Ace. Oh God, I thought I was on the bottom earlier. Okay, Ace of Swords, right? The Ace, the Hanged Man, and Page of Pentacles. And Trevor.
I have. Sorry, I've one almost fell off the table and I caught it. 5 of Cups and 3 of Pentacles.
5 of Cups and 3 of Pentacles.
Mm-hmm. And if anyone's curious about how these look, there we go.
They're fun. Okay, and then okay, Bill. One more time. What did you have?
Strength and the tower.
Strength in the tower. Okay, so the tower would have been all of the. Okay, so you may have been feeling like you're at a standstill with something. The Hanged Man is like one of those you're not going anywhere, buddy. Right? You just kind of gotta let things mellow. At the same time, I feel like the energy of the tower would have been working at the same time this is, which would have been. The tower looks super scary, right? Because it's got like this tower on fire, being hit by lightning, and people flying out of it, right? Looks terrifying. Really, it's that Kali energy, right? It's that taking all of the shit away that you no longer need to survive. You want to like rip everything down to its foundation so you can rebuild something super strong, right? So having to let that energy do its thing, having to let all the things that need to be expelled expel themselves. Trevor, one of your cards is what I need to go with. What do you have
Just
again?
one or just one or one of the 2?
Give me both of them. 'Cause I just
One is 3 of Pentacles, one is 5 of Cups.
okay. So in that process, 5 of Cups is what I needed. So in that process, there's a lot of energy, right? There's a lot of energy coming away, going away. You can't do anything about anything. So you're feeling like at a stalemate, not feeling like you like what's going on in front of you, but at the same time having to remember, because with the 5 of Cups in the Rider-Waite deck, there's a dude sitting under a tree. He's being presented with a cup that he doesn't look like he wants, but there's these 3 chalices in the front. So he looks like he's so preoccupied with not wanting what's right in front of him that he's not realizing there are so many other things there. So it's like one of those having to get through that moment of feeling like you're at the stalemate, right? But you have your Page of Pentacles coming in, which is bringing in this fresh new stability, right? This news of even financial news coming through. And with that, you get this whole other thought process. So like the Ace of Swords like cuts through the shit, right? Like boom, all that garbage that was falling away from the tower is now gone. So now you have this clear path, a clear way to think and focus, and that's going to help with the financial and the stability and the Bill. Did you have another card that I didn't read?
Strength.
Strength. And you have everything that you need inside of you to get through to the point of coming through that crossroads onto your path. Bill, if there's anything you want to add to that, or Trevor, if there's anything you want to add to that, please go right ahead.
The one thing, not the cards, but the one thing that I would have to practice with that, Danny, you're fucking good at, is very quickly tying together a bunch of cards that you're getting thrown in your face so quickly that I'm just in here like, I'm still stuck on the first card, but everything's sounding good. like it's Jesus Christ, I cannot wait for your podcast. That's gonna be so good because I'm trying to keep up. I'm trying to keep up. Oh, by the way,
Well, there you go, Stacy.
So awesome! Congratulations!
yeah,
I love that.
That's awesome.
I had to read it twice, and I'm proud of you. My ass thought that said sangria priest.
That's a different thing.
A whole different thing.
I'm like in my head, I'm like,
phenomenal.
oh, Santieta. Okay. And
Yeah. No,
Steven said that makes perfect sense. But anyway.
To build off what Trevor was just saying, it is really impressive that you can pull all that together. Like I am like still just learning the tarot, and I pretty much tap out at like 3. anything more than 3 cards, and I'm completely lost because I'm always trying to remember what the meanings are, and or I need to sit there and kind of sit with them for a bit to
Oh yeah,
have those meanings come to me because I'm still new to it. But
that's one of
one
those things
thing-
you pick up as you go. There are
Yeah.
certain cards I get so lost on yet.
Because the one thing that, like, how my brain works, little insight, is I can keep up with multiple things, up to 10 things that's happening at once, if they're physical, actionable things. Like, cat ball moves, door closes, chair gets scraped. I can keep up with all that shit because my brain sees it as activity that's moving. So my brain tries to pay attention to see if it'll move again. And that seeing if it'll move again is what keeps up with it. So,
Okay.
but cards, unless you throw it, there's no movement. So
Oh, like
it's-
turtle, yeah.
so like if you're literally just like doing this, I'm like, fucking excuse me. But if they start flying across the room, I'm like, oh shit, okay, yeah, okay. It's so like mad respect for that ability. But
That's all.
yeah.
You,
So
Yeah.
you think you would do good with like dowsing rods and like things that like have
Yeah.
more of a movement to them? Yeah.
Yeah. And I used to do not dowsing rods, pendulums, but when I was on caffeine, I would just constantly just be like shaking my hand. It wouldn't work. I haven't tried it since no caffeine. I'm curious. Not that it would.
Oh, you
with no
should.
caffeine. Are you doing good or?
Oh, I haven't had caffeine since the Fort Duffield thing that me and Rob went to. So it's been over a month and a half, and I haven't had even that urge to do it.
Good.
I have a very non-addictive personality, so the second that I want to quit something, I just do. Hell, to make the argument even better, before Fort Duffield, I bought two liters of RC. They were sitting in my kitchen still for 3 weeks after, and I'm like, yeah, I don't care.
And you just don't need them.
Yeah, I eventually was like, I need to deep clean, so I poured them out. But I'm doing great.
Good. I'm glad.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so the tower card for Stacy's reading makes even more sense than for him having to go through the initiation and everything. Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. Well, that's
That's
awesome.
phenomenal. Oh, I love this. Was so much fun. I'm so glad
Yes.
we did this.
Yeah, that was really interesting having the different people pull it. So
And,
you'll have to do some more of that with your own podcast. Which why don't
Yes.
you
And-
tell people about it?
Oh yes. So actually, what is this? This Sunday coming up, September 8th.
Yep.
It's this Sunday.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a brand new podcast, Divination with Dani podcast, where I will be throwing out a little bit of tarot information, and mixing it in with some tarot readings. I'd like to have the main focus be like tarot readings for people, and then have the information there for if it's a slow night or whatever. And eventually, I'd like to bring some guests in. So I would love to have you guys on my show to do this again because this was fun.
Yeah, I'm down for that.
Sure.
Yeah, so it'll be 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every other Sunday. So on the Sundays that Divination with Dani is on, and then next weekend will be The Awakening. So we're just going to go back and forth with those two. But yeah, I'm really excited for it. And it's going to be, it's going to be one of those things where this is a learning experience for me. I'm definitely pushing myself outside of my comfort zone. So we're all going to be learning together. So no promises on what the first couple shows are going to be like, but
So yeah.
yeah, come get some cards read and learn some information on tarot.
She has Instagram, YouTube, and Facebook, which this screen sharing I gotta do one at a time. So give me a second, be patient.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Divination with Dani. As you can see, this is what she has to offer, plus even more.
Thank you.
Close your chats, Trevor.
Shit, did I get? No, I'm kidding. I did get a message from an old friend. Hopefully, she didn't say anything weird because I didn't say anything weird. But that's not the point. I just said, "Hey, it's been a while. How's it going?" Hopefully, she didn't fucking jump the gun on that shit. That's not the point. But anyway, so yeah, Divination with Dani on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Check it out every other Sunday, starting this Sunday, September.
Yeah, starting this Sunday. Yes.
7 p.m. Eastern time. It's gonna be a good one. Do you have a starting topic?
So yeah, why the hell would I tarot? So basically just diving into like why people would want to get into it. Like what are the benefits of it was my title for it, is why the hell would I tarot? But yeah, it's not gonna be I mean, if you don't like cursing, maybe don't show, because I'm not gonna guarantee that I won't curse. It's just gonna, if it flies, it flies.
This is a family-friendly stream, everyone. Bring your kids, I'm kidding.
But yeah, so just open-minded, you know, as long as no one's being a jerk, I'll take on any, you know, questions or whatever. But yeah, it's gonna be learning experience for everybody. So
yeah. Sounds good. Can't wait to watch it.
Oh,
hell yeah. On that note,
it's gonna be this Sunday.
On that note, I'll try to round this up as best I can. GetHaunted.com, events, community, networking, podcasts, shirts, merch, branding, whole 9 yards. I don't have a banner, but Danger Designs I like as well. Check them out. I'm not gonna worry about my code. That's not the point here. I'm Supernatural Soiree. If you want to get your freak on in a supernatural sense, you'll see the ad like
community.
Yeah. I mean freaking like freaky, not like the other.
We knew what you meant.
Yeah. Ghost Magazine, you heard me shout them out earlier. If you like spooky cool shit inside of paper, Ghosted Magazine. Get it, check it out. Michael Castro, April Bussett, amazing people. If you like Get Haunted, but want Get Haunted or Rob on your chest, Get Haunted the Haunted Boutique. Buy a shirt. You'll like it. He'll be on the front and the back of your chest, back of your back. That's what that's called. Anatomy.
I don't even know what to do with you anymore, Trevor.
I'm trying to think of weird ways to say this shit without like breaking TOS. All right. Up next, emptycasketparanormal.com. Bill puts together wires in a creepy way, aka ghost hunting equipment. Yeah. Empty Casket Talking Board Museum, or AC Talking Board Museum, because he couldn't bother to type out the first part of that.
If the website name is too long, nobody will go there.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Are you interested in Ouija boards and talking boards? Bill has
you need to check that museum out. That is phenomenal.
I just did a count. I am now at 95 boards.
Whenever you hit 100, we got to do something special. And also, if you go there, he'll teach you how not to be afraid of cardboard. It's a very fun lecture.
Good statement.
Wow.
And other than that, all the other links are for the past podcast. I'm gonna end.
Dani Marie Divination with Dani on YouTube. Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
I dropped that in the show notes or back on.
You should be able to. I don't know. I hope so.
I hope so too. We're
on YouTube. Oh, okay. So D-Hoot. Yeah, there you go. And I'll show it on.
Did you do it already? Look at you. I don't even need to then.
Yeah, it's up there.
So Divination with Dani on YouTube, because D-Hoot doesn't know how to operate Facebook. I'm kidding. I'm fucking with you.
Oh gosh.
Dude, the squirrel's gonna come get you.
Yep.
Oh, I hope so. On that note, I know we're gonna rant for 20 more minutes tonight. I have to get going. Thank you, Dani, for hopping on. It's been an amazing time.
Thank you for having me on, guys. This was phenomenal. Appreciate it.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to have you on again.
Oh yes, 100%. 100%. Got it. Thanks. Cool. Let me stop the screen, because that way people can actually see us on the big screen. We're on the big screen now. We're kind of a big deal to 10 people.
Kind of a big deal.
But on that note, Dani, thank you. And I am Trevor from Haunted Faith. We have I almost said Empty Casket from Bill Bryan from emptycasket.com. And on that note, I'm gonna send you out on Supernatural Soiree video. But I hope you all have a great night. Drink some water, and remember to sleep safe, everyone.
Welcome to the night where the paranormal unite. A party like never before under the moon's airy light. The vibe is dark, the air is cold, spirits taking flight. Get haunted and ghost and magazine leading the fright. Ghosts and ghouls dancing hand in hand, lost souls roaming the haunted land. On the battleship New Jersey we gather with glee, horror